Earned value is the routine and consistent measurement of work performed in terms of the budget planned for that work, and is a proven technique in determining the true status of a project. Earned value is an objective measure of the work accomplished and is based on budgeted values within a project. Earned value can be calculated by multiplying the percent of a project complete by the budget for that account. For example, if we have an account worth $40,000 and the work is 20% complete, we will multiply $40,000 by 0.2 to get an earned value of $8,000. We've already covered that earned value is the budgeted cost for the work performed, but we also have planned values and actual values. The planned value refers to the budgeted cost for the work scheduled, and the actual value refers to the actual cost of the work performed. By comparing the budgeted and actual values to the earned values of a project, we can determine the schedule and cost variances. To find the schedule variance, we will subtract the planned value from the earned value. The schedule variance greater than 0 is favorable and shows that a project is ahead of schedule, and the schedule variance below 0 is unfavorable and shows that a project is behind schedule. In order to find the cost variance within a project, we will subtract the actual value from the earned value. If the cost variance is above 0, this is favorable and shows that the project is under budget, whereas a cost variance below 0 is unfavorable and shows that a project is over budget. When comparing the schedule variance to the cost variance, we realize that the schedule variance is subjective and the cost variance is objective, and the schedule and cost variances do not mix or cancel each other out. Another earned value management tool that should be used when evaluating a project is the variance at completion. The variance at completion can be calculated by subtracting the estimate at completion from the budget at completion. When a variance at completion is greater than 0, this is favorable and shows an underrun within the project. When a variance at completion is less than 0, this is unfavorable and shows that a project is overrun. Analysis of this variance will allow early warning of potential future cost and schedule impacts. The Schedule Performance Index and Cost Performance Index should also be completed in the earned value management process. The Schedule Performance Index will show if a project is accomplishing more or less than what is planned. The Schedule Performance Index can be calculated by dividing the earned value by the planned value, and when the value is above 1, this will show that a project is accomplishing more than planned, whereas the Schedule Performance Index below 1 shows that a project is accomplishing less than what is planned. In this example, you can see that the earned value is $100 and the planned value is $300. This would make the Schedule Performance Index 0.33, which means that only 1/3 of the planned work was accomplished. The Cost Performance Index will show how efficient a project is running and can be calculated by dividing the earned value by the actual value. When the Cost Performance Index is above 1, this is favorable in showing that a project is running efficiently, whereas the Cost Performance Index below 1 will show that a project is running inefficiently. In this example, you can see that the actual value is $400, so we will take the $100 earned value and divide that by the $400 actual value. This will give us a Cost Performance Index of 0.25, which means that for every $1 spent, only 25 cents worth of work is being accomplished, where this project is running at 25% efficiency. Within a project, forecasting is the process of evaluating project control plans and control baselines in consideration of assessments of ongoing project performance. In this next part of the video, I'll cover how to calculate the estimate at completion in 4 different ways. This first method to calculate the estimate at completion is to subtract the earned value from the budget at completion and then add that result to the actual cost to date. This will provide a best case scenario estimate. The second way is to subtract the earned value from the budget at completion and then divide that result by the Cost Performance Index. Once you have that, you will add the actual cost to date. This equation can also be completed by dividing the budget at completion by the Cost Performance Index. This will give a more likely estimate for the project. The third way to calculate the estimate at completion is to subtract the earned value from the budget at completion and then divide that number by the product of the Cost Performance Index and the Schedule Performance Index. Once you have that number, you will add the actual cost to date. This will provide you with a worst case scenario estimate for your project. The fourth way to calculate the estimate at completion is by adding the actual cost to date to the estimate to completion. The estimate to completion is found by subtracting the earned value from the budget at completion, which is also known as the budget for the remaining work, and then multiplying that result by the performance factor. Since there are many different ways to derive the estimate to completion, there are many possible outcomes for the estimate at completion using this method. Another method of forecasting is by using curves, and is useful for forecasting any piece of data represented by these curves. The forecaster makes the best estimate using the typical shapes of the curves and whatever other information may be available to make the projection. No single forecasting method is recommended. Rather, forecasts by different methods should be performed to provide a range of possibilities. I hope that you found this tutorial video helpful, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you and have a great day. If you would like more of an in-depth training experience taught by industry experts, head on over to acmpm.com under the Training and Products tab to learn more about our live Earned Value Management course. This course will provide you with hands-on experience where you can learn how to apply these principles to take your career to the next level.